Hello. I don't know how to begin. How do I begin? I know what we're going to talk about. Just getting past these first few words, it's like Mission Impossible. If you've watched any of the videos from the past, 2 weeks now, I would have said a few times that I've been a bit depressed and down. Well, I'm still down, but I'm focused. All of a sudden, I'm focused. Life got too hard again. Really, really hard. And in that place, I've got nobody that I can place blame on. In other words, my problems are bigger than life. Whenever we have problems and they really get to us, they're bigger than life. That's why they're a problem. And it doesn't happen overnight. Well, it can happen overnight, but it tends to take and build up over time. And little things get added on, and after a while we've got a massive mountain. And we look at it, and we look at the world, and yeah, the world's to blame, really. The world's to blame. It's because of the world that we've all got our own individual problems. If the world was better, we wouldn't have a lot of our problems. But unfortunately, we're still running around getting to know each other better. I say it like that because when it comes to the world and when it comes to problems, the solution is to be proactive. So in other words, I have a problem. To remedy problem, X, Y, Z is needed. So I've got a problem with my mental health, let's say. The appropriate place to deal with problems with my mental health are the places that I believe are causing extra problems for my mental health. I've got a mental health disorder, can't be changed. God gave it to me. I caught it off my next door neighbour. I learnt it through TV. I don't know how I got it. But with a mental health disorder, it's natural. But then if I was living somewhere like where life was simpler, life was natural, I could see my mental health a lot better. My mental health wouldn't be so bad. It wouldn't have all the stresses of modern life. So on one hand, the world is responsible for making my mental health so bad. If we all live natural lives by nature, I'm not really going to have problems with the trees and the plants, am I? But I can definitely have a problem with a lot of things in this world. The Western world, modern life. And I've got a choice in that moment. Right, Gabriel? You got a mental health disorder, nobody can change that. But the world is making it a lot harder for you. What do you do about that? So I look at the world and I take an honest assessment of where the responsibility lies in the wider world to deal with all of this extra stress that my mental health has. If I took all of this extra stress away, my mental health wouldn't be so bad. It really wouldn't. The point is, are we going to do something about it or not? Are we going to do something about our problems or not? That's the crux of the situation. If we're not going to do something about it, we're running in a slightly depressed, confused, lost place. If we're doing something about it, we're proactive. And if feelings come of depression, if feelings come of being lost and confused, they're temporary because the mind is focused on being proactive to the problem. And when it comes to the world, if you really look at it, if we really look at it, all the problems in the world are caused by us all coming together. By us all coming together, all the different cultures that have ever existed, all the different people, all the different behaviours, mentalities, different ways of expressing love, all the different modalities and systems for personal development, spiritual development, all the religions. And we're all trying to come together. One way or another, we're coming together. And heads are hitting heads as we're coming together. And there's this war, and there's this injustice, and this happened to this country had to change its name, this one changed its leader, the people changed their religion. Aeons and aeons we've been here. And only now we're coming together like this. We tried to blow each other up twice coming together with World War One and Two. First instinctive thing that coming together did to the human being with the capacity for love and compassion is to bring out the need to blow each other up. World War One and Two. We sort of learnt our lessons. We had winners, we had losers, and it started to get a bit organised. Fast forward 75 years, 70 years, and we're learning to get along. We're learning to talk. But we've got a lot of problems still needing to be ironed out for a human being to feel at home on planet Earth. That's the outside picture. The inside picture is, my God, the present moment will push a man to utter insanity in pain. And that'll get different labels on it. For me, I've been trying to deal with this situation for almost 20 years. I've been trying to deal with this situation proactively for almost 20 years, and I've learnt these cycles. I've learnt sometimes it's actually better, if the situation calls for it, to be a little depressed. It's healthy. Other times you want to get your arse in gear. So it's all managing energy conservation. That's my approach to it. At the end of the day, it all comes back to energy. How much energy do we have to overcome this obstacle now? That's been building up 6 months, a year, 2 years. It's been building up. And now it's an obstacle. We need to deal with it. Well, for me, I've applied everything I knew, going round trying to deal with it, and I got nowhere. I got nowhere with it. It just kept getting worse. And it's still kind of getting worse. But I knew it was the right time to allow myself to be depressed. In other words, there's nothing I can do, nothing I can see I can do in this moment to be proactive. Therefore, the only choice I have is depression. Therefore, if I'm going to be depressed, I might as well enjoy it. And what do we enjoy about the depression? It's not being down and depressed, not the head, the physical sensation, the weight on the body, because you're just blown out by life. You don't know what to do. There's weight, there's physical weight on the body. It's like you're carrying something. Now, if you're fighting that, good luck to you. If we're in that place, the best thing to do is to enjoy that. In other words, our body life is telling us we've been going too fast. And we just need to slow down. And by chance, the body has created this like black cloud that feels like a heavy weight on us. It looks horrible because it's depression. But if we use that black cloud wisely, there's nothing to do to slow down. The black cloud slows us down. So there's something to get from it. It's a bit yucky, it's a bit horrible, it's not the nicest place to be, but we're there and we have no choice. So we make the most of it. Anyway, this time I was in that place and the situation was tough. There was no way this time I was going to find the way out of it. So I was pretty pissed off with God. The truth is, I just wasn't seeing the picture correctly. No, I'm still pissed off with God, really pissed off with God, but I wasn't seeing the picture correctly. I suffer with physical pain. And my life is a constant dance. I found myself in depression, and the slowness was making it hard to get away from the physical pain. I'd been running from the physical pain. And I couldn't run from the physical pain anymore. And what happened? I was working with the depression. The depression just slowed down my life. I've been trying to slow down my life for about 7 months. I've been trying to slow down my life for about 7 months, and I've not got anywhere fast. because I didn't know, but I was trying to avoid the physical pain. So this time the depression said, knock, knock, Gabriel, I'm here. Is it the right time? And I said, well, unfortunately, it's the right time for you. I need that bit of weight on my life. And the depression slowed things down. Nobody wants depression for any reason, not even to slow things down. But if you have no choice, and now's the time for depression, in other words, we are sincere, we've assessed the situation, and there is no room to be proactive to our problems. So we sit in the depression, we take some of the good from the depression, the weight, and it slowed things down for me. So that's a bonus. And slowing things down, it made me see the physical pain again. So what happens is, I'm depressed, I'm down, and I'm really depressed this time because I've given 20 years to try and overcome this endless cycle of self-healing, the need to heal oneself. And I've found no options this time after 20 years. I don't even have to think about what to do anymore. I just know, because I've done this for so long. Oh, okay, now's the time to do this. Now's the time to do that. Proactiveness is just an instinct. I've got proactiveness down to instinct. But there was no room for proactiveness. Depression came in, pain was highlighted, and pain is king. Pain trumps depression. Pain trumps depression. We're depressed, we're down. I haven't moved for a whole month. I've sat here like a couch potato and I've just looked at the wall in depression for a whole month. I'm that depressed. Someone comes up to me and prods me with a thought. I'm gonna move. Pain will make depression move. So I got in touch with the depression again, the pain again. And the pain said, I'm bigger than the depression. I'm bigger than your depression. So I have no choice. I've got to get on. Life made that clear to me. Gabriel, the reason you were depressed was justified. You got shut down, you got knocked down. But it's time to get up again. They're never going to keep us down. We're wired to ride depression and pain. The pain is making me get up and get on with things again. It's just said, I don't care how bad things are. This is the present effing moment. What you gonna do? And I know, I've done this for 20 years, and I know pain trumps depression. Okay, just time to take another hit. This has been another hit to a human life that nobody should have to go through, but many of us are. Pick myself up and get on. Quite simply, and I need to get on and I need to be really practical straight away. There's no rush because I know what to do. I've done this for so long. But I need to get on with it straight away. So I'm back. I've got the depression in the background now that I'm working through psychologically. But it's not a problem. It's actually nice to have it in the background. As I said, it's slowing things down, which is what I've been trying to do. Horrible situation, isn't it? We're human beings. The world makes us depressed. We get depressed. Oh no, the world makes us in pain too. We have to get up and move. I don't know if it's the same for other people, if what I'm saying is so easily done with other people. I have schizophrenia. My belief is that the nature of mind is schizophrenic to this world, to language. As soon as language was introduced, we learnt this ability to compartmentalize life. That's what schizophrenia is. I was never going to get rid of it, so I just got really good at it. And depression is compartmentalizable. Yeah, it's quite a down one, this. I didn't mean it to be, but I'm light-hearted enough. It's just the present moment where I find myself, having dealt with all of my problems now. And I'm getting on. There's nothing to feel bad about. I was feeling bad the past few weeks. The physical pain made me depressed. And then the physical pain said, enough depression, you need something different than depression to deal with the physical pain. And this is the good bit. What happens is that life changes. As a result, in an instant, my life's all right again. I don't know how I'm going to get through the physical pain, but I'll find the way. I have to find the way. I've looked at all of the options available to me, including taking myself to hospital. And my experience of going to hospital is it just makes it worse. Better to stick with what I've got at the moment, keep working through it, and if a solution comes up that makes it better other than just being awake and proactive to life again. Move, the pain said, move. And there's no response, it's just an instant moving. I've been knocked down more times than is fair, and in ways that are just totally wrong to being human. I was talking about miracles the other day and spirituality giving me miracles. It also puts me through living hells. But that's the balance. We get miracles on one side and hell on the other side. Miracles on one side, hell on the other side. And it's our nature to be miraculous, which says, until we clean up the world, it's going to be a living hell. Until we learn to come together even better, and we're learning as a species, we are learning, We're getting better. Things are looking up. I think I'll leave it there. There's something to take from everything, even the worst horrible things. One worse horrible thing could be breathing space from another horrible thing. And that's what we've got to raise our minds to as human beings, to be able to say, I know better. We know better. We know how bad things are in the present moment. We know it all. We know all of our problems. And then the problem changes. It could be argued to an even worse problem. But because we've been stuck in this problem for so long, having this new problem that's even worse is a breath of fresh air. Sometimes, to pick ourselves up, we've got to apply that level of mindset to life. Oh my God, this is an even worse problem. But before we jump off the cliff in complete shock, we can catch ourselves and take a second just to say, all right, it's worse. It's worse. But what are the benefits to this? Yeah, I'm not giving much on this one. This is a tough thing. It's tough being human. I'm proactive. I just look at the world. How can I clean up the world? And I'm moving in that direction. Because there's no human being to blame for my problems. It's just the way we've come together. So I want us to come together even quicker, even better. Wish me luck in putting one leg in front of the other now and trying to walk in this new energy. I wish you luck too.